Hey everyone, welcome to the Playback Podcast presented by CAR, your weekly podcast featuring America's favorite dancers, hosted by America's favorite road warriors. We are your hosts, Jocelyn, Kristen, and Julie, and today we are going to actually do a part 2 of our finals episode. We got a lot of dancers requesting more dances, and also we have a bunch of more footage from those interviews in Anaheim, so we are excited to just go ahead and show that love and support to all those amazing dancers from finals.
Get excited.
Yeah.
Part 2.
I feel like it's been a really long time. Do you guys remember finals?
I do remember finals. I was actually looking at the results page and I was like, I need to talk about that one too.
Yeah.
You know, it's hard. There's so many studios at our national finals that we want to talk about everyone, but we'd be here all day. It would be like a movie.
Right.
Like 2.5 hours probably.
Yeah.
But for each of us.
Right.
Truly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. So as always, we just have to cut it down to a couple. So if we missed you, please don't be mad at us. Please don't be mad at us.
Please, sir.
Oh yeah. Breaking news. I feel like we should talk about it just because you said Lisa. Just now, breaking news. The Queen of England has died at the age of 96.
But this will come out way after.
Is like
Way
weeks
after.
late.
I know, but like technically we're in mourning right now. So
Nate,
good thing I'm in black.
Nate doesn't feel like morning today. And that's okay. Me neither. Just eat a crumble cookie. You'll feel better. Okay. All right. Well, anyways, I guess we should just jump right into our second part of our finals recap. The first dance that I want to talk about is Not Ready to Die Yet from Studio of Dance Kentucky, because Jocelyn talked about it during season.
Yes.
I saw it during season. It was wonderful then, but it was even better at finals.
Mm-hmm.
They made it into Star Showcase, and I remember, I think that was Madison's first time seeing it.
It was because she was texting me like, it's about to go on. I was like, okay, brace yourself.
She was literally grabbing tissues afterwards, wiping her eyes. Like it was good.
Did you see that when we were at Ultra?
So I didn't get to see it. I don't really get to see a lot of dances being merch in the lobby. But what's been cool about the social media position, and as I've been able to go back through everything, and someone requested it on TikTok, and I posted it. Yeah, and I was going through TikTok to kind of find dances I wanted to talk about, and that one came up, and then I was like, oh my god, yeah, I'm so psyched. And then I looked at your list, and I was like, dang it, she already has it. So good.
I'm sorry.
So good.
It was on my original list, but
And then we had to cut it.
we had to cut it. Ugh.
No, so good. Natalie Pence, absolutely insane.
Paisley French.
Like, I mean, the entire group, absolutely insane. But like the way she held that routine down was stunning. It was,
Like, you guys really brought it at Star Showcase when they got to re-perform that dance.
Ooh. I feel like that was the routine where, you know how like every studio, especially the senior groups, there's always like that one routine that like everyone, like in this shirt for Signature, like Smooth Criminal for Element, like there's always like the routine of the season.
Right.
That was definitely theirs.
Yeah.
And you could tell, I feel like when those routines make it into Star Showcase, there's just like this fire that they bring. And
like,
even if you've seen them do it multiple times before, there's just like that extra edge that's so good.
I like it.
Absolutely.
I wish I could have seen it there.
It's okay. You got to see it first and tell us all about it.
True. I'm
You
the OG.
reported live. Do we want to like
Jump around.
yeah and go through those?
Yeah.
Okay. Julie, you want to go next?
Yeah. So one of mine that I just recently posted on social about a day ago. It's on the CAR TikTok. It already has like 20K views, which is big for our TikTok.
Dang.
So it popped off.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It's called Sign of the Times by DSAPA. Yeah.
Oh, yes.
So amazing. They're
Like Harry Styles,
beautiful.
Sign of the Times.
Yeah. But okay, so when I think of that song's like it's a little deep, you know?
Yeah.
It's kind of a little dark, but they're in these beautiful like pink costumes. They feel like the light of the song, you know?
Yeah.
Like the dance is so flowy, it's so light. Their technique is gorgeous. They're beautiful. And someone even in the comments said like their dancing is so flowy, but it's so precise. Like, so it's still like they have so much breath in their movement, but then it's still so clean and they're all still so together and on their technique. Like, it's just so beautiful.
Oh,
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
gorgeous.
go watch that now.
Yes, it's on the TikTok. Like and comment.
Comment, subscribe, follow.
Truly. Yeah, why not? Shameless plug. You guys are already watching. Watch it on there too.
Yeah, heck yeah.
And Playback Podcast. Hey. What?
All of it.
And BAC. Sure. Okay.
I like it.
Okay, I wanted to talk about, so we talked about it in the last episode, but we have an interview with Patrice,
Oh, yeah.
who is the owner of Cutting Edge, and they absolutely killed it in Anaheim. But I think it's so cool to hear from a studio owner's perspective about an entire finals, because I feel like the perspective is so different from a dancer to a studio owner, choreographer. So we're going to go ahead and roll some of that footage. So enjoy. What do you guys switch up between regionals and nationals to really give them that extra edge?
Honestly, we do
cutting edge.
a lot.
Yeah.
Cutting edge. We do a lot of team bonding. It's really something that we feel like sets us apart is things that we hear a lot from judges, that you can feel the bond that our dancers have on stage. It's one of the most powerful things, I feel, because I think it makes performances honest, and we just do a lot of connecting and bonding because our dances are done by January, and then we're cleaning them between each regional, and at that point what's done is done.
Right.
And if they're not ready by finals, then they're not ready.
Yeah.
And so I really feel like then we take it to another level of connecting on a human level, and that has been the difference for us, is that the kids, in doing, fun games and then deep talks, and all of that makes them go, wait, I have that problem too in my life, or I love that too, and then they realize that they're closer to their peers than they ever knew was possible.
I
so that's
love
been
that.
then the great thing for us through the years. Our studio motto is "We believe in one love," and the belief comes from our soul. We teach our dancers to believe in themselves, and that's the most valuable tool you possibly can have. If you know you can do it, like a lot of times kids will struggle on doing something, and then all of a sudden we're like, I'm like, are you believing? They're like, no. I'm like, can you just decide you're going to do it? You need to decide. Success is a decision. And when they decide, they're like, okay, wait, I can do that. And so, no, it's just believing. And then the one love is that it doesn't matter if you're in primary or elite or whatever the case may be. We're all from the same studio and we believe in the same things. So you're rooting your team on regardless. So it's just important to us.
What do you think about this 4-stage finals that's happening this week?
It's pretty massive,
Right.
But it speaks volumes about the quality that CAR produces. I mean, it just really, to have a finals of this magnitude shows you the product that they produce. And I am really good friends with the studio that this is their first time coming as a CAR client to finals. And they just keep going on and on about how the customer service is so tremendous and the organization, all the things. And I'm like, it really is second to none. So I'm very, very proud. I've been CAR diehard since day one. This is my 30th year of teaching.
Wow.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy.
Oh my gosh.
And every year, CAR finals, we've never missed one. So it's really amazing to see them get to this level of success, and it just makes me proud.
The next dance that I want to talk about was an intermediate line, age 12 to 14. It was called Giants from Karen's School of Dance. I got to see it at regionals and finals, and they got to recompete at Star Showcase. The passion behind that dance, like the drive that they had, I think that they started off on these like boxes, almost like statues. Ooh. And then like halfway through, it's who sings that song? I don't know. It's called Giants. I don't want to
give us a little
it.
piece,
you know? No. It's going to be really bad because I don't even know like precisely
it's just like
tune. Like that would be bad. I would probably get sued because it would be so bad.
Or copyright because you sound just like them.
Oh, yeah,
There you go.
maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Maybe.
But anyways, the power behind that dance, like you could tell that they were fighting for their lives in that routine, like through their choreography in their formations and powering forward. I was just like, dang. And one of our proteges, Addison Brill, was in that one. And I can just tell that in that routine and all of her routines, she was like, I want to win. And I was like, get it, girl.
Yeah.
Love that.
Because she was crushing it.
Absolutely.
Shout out protege program.
Protege program.
Just how many plugs can we fit in one episode?
In one little episode.
Oh, but okay. My second one is gonna be from Pigeon, and it is a hip hop group called Wind It Up from the Stage Dance Academy.
Okay.
And okay, this one, it's so cool. Like, I feel like hip hop, sometimes you feel like you have to like go so over the top with like costumes and everything. They were literally just in like a black like sweatsuit, like sweats, like a big sweatshirt, like oversized, and like Converse. And the Converse were tight though. They had like black bottoms, so they almost looked like Louboutin Converse.
No way.
And then they like turned to the back, and all their feet were up, so you could like see the red. Yeah, it was cute. And yeah, they were just so strong. So much swag. So I love a good hip hop number at comp. I feel represented, you know? I feel seen. I feel seen, yeah.
I feel like it's hard because you're saying like if it's not a super aggressive hip hop, I feel like it's kind of hard to keep the
momentum too. Yeah, you don't want it to die.
Especially if it's like, you know, what did they call it? Contemporary or what is it?
Contempop?
Yeah, thank you.
Contemporary. What is contemporary?
That's what Kaylee said in his episode. He said contapaway, where like you're like emo tapping. So I was saying I was trying to allude to that. You know what?
I just wasn't ready for that.
Okay,
contemporary.
but you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, like contempop. No, it was full on like.
So I feel like for that,
hip-hop.
it's hard. Like especially if you're not a hip hopper to really
tap in,
enjoy the entire routine. I feel like especially as an audience member too.
Oh
yeah,
like, it's hard to connect with those if they're not 100% nailing the swag element.
They were there, and I love that just to see as dancers, because you know they obviously are in contemporary numbers too.
Right.
So I love to see when kids can go on stage and do the beautiful contemporary number and have a gorgeous technique, but then also come out there and smash it and have the hip hop technique as well, because there is technique in hip hop. And a lot of people are like, oh, there's not really technique, but there is. You know, your lines, your popping, your locking, there's technique in everything. So to see them nail that and not look like contemporary dancers who are doing hip hop and look like hip hop dancers,
right?
That was tight. I love that. It gets me.
I feel that.
She's seen.
Yeah,
I like it.
That's fair. Okay.
Contemporary.
Clearly, I need more Celsius, honestly. Like, I need to wake up. Contemporary. I don't know what's happening.
Yeah, I have a second one in the fridge. I can't wait. The next dance I want to talk about is a super line from Miller Marley called Radical Reception. There was something different about this routine. They were all in, it was a wedding essentially on stage, and there was obviously the bride and the groom, and they had the poofy sleeves. They had the cake in the back.
Love it.
Like, everything about it was so well done. It was like straight out of the 80s. Like you felt like you were in, what's that movie? The Wedding Singer.
Oh, yes.
Like you fully felt like you were in that movie. And like the choreography matched the costume, matched the time. It was so well done. I think Madison saw it earlier in the season and she was like, Nurka, you have to watch. And obviously I had to, so I did. And it was so well done, executed so well. The 80s feel, the choreography, everything matched. It wasn't like they were trying to do a crazy hip hop routine to those songs in those costumes. Everything matched up, the hair, the makeup, the costume, the shoes, everything. It was bomb. So well done to Miller Marley, because I really enjoyed that routine.
I love that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's so nice when like the whole concept comes together fully.
Yes.
Yeah, love
They
that.
did a great job.
Love that. Okay, my next one was actually the top elite senior small group. Yay, in Pigeon. It's called The Rose from Creative Dance.
Brilliant.
So beautiful. Yeah, first just watching this video, so gorgeous. The song is so beautiful. And then they're in these like green, they look almost like leafy. And I'm like, they literally look like little beautiful fairies. Like they look so gorgeous.
Yes.
And they do this really cool lift. It kind of almost reminded me of a cheer lift where people are like basing with their hands.
Yeah.
But like they do it in such an effortless way. And she just looks like she's floating. Like it's all just so beautiful, so well put together too. The choreography, the way it transitions. I love when I'm seeing a full group breakdown and then all of a sudden they transition different directions and some people are up, some people are down, and then they're all back together and it just flows so beautifully, but it's still eye-catching. Beautiful routine, well-deserved win.
Absolutely.
Amazing.
Yeah.
And at the end, Mia, she actually like changes this part of her costume where at the top of it's red.
Oh, she does a little.
Yeah, so she was the rose.
Okay.
There you go.
I want to know how they did that, and maybe I'll ask her at convention.
Yeah.
Like, how did you guys do that? How did you hide the red so well?
Yeah,
that I didn't
you
That's
see
my
it.
that's
both
my thing.
times?
If you're gonna do like one of those quick little costume changes on
Yeah.
stage, you gotta make sure that like we can't see it coming.
Yeah.
So even if there's like the slightest
Sticking
piece of
out,
material, we're like,
yeah.
oh, we know it's coming.
Yeah.
It's so much better when it's a
No,
complete
yeah.
Like I saw it at the regular portion of comp before Star Showcase, and I was like, whoa, that's crazy. I'm gonna really pay attention during Star Showcase to make sure that I can see like
When it
how
happens.
it happens.
Yeah.
But I still couldn't figure it out.
Dang, we gotta ask Mia.
Yeah, we're gonna ask her at convention. Get
Yeah.
ready.
We actually chatted with Mia and her mom, Amy, who is the owner of Creative Dance. They're a huge Hope studio as well. So they were in Anaheim. Mia performed in the Protege number, which was amazing. And then we actually got to sit down and chat with them about her experience at convention for the first year as a Protege performer. And then we talked to Amy about their Hope Studio fundraisers and how they've gotten involved with that. So we're going to go ahead and check in with Amy and Mia from Creative Dance. What was your experience like on the road? Like, what's your favorite thing about being a Protege?
Probably the rehearsals before and rehearsals for the opening and closing performances. We got up like super early, and I didn't really know anybody then because like they're all from like here, so I had to like start talking to like friends, and I made friends, and it was fun. And I was like shy at first, but now I talk to like all the girls and.
I got all my sisters with me. We are family.
Well, we're from Louisiana, and they're from Los Angeles or wherever they are at in California. So the chances of them ever dancing on the same stage before this program, we would have never. So she's met all these friends that she keeps up with, and here we are supporting them, and they support each other on Instagram, and when people post things, they cheer each other on. So it's been really good for her to meet people outside of, we're in Little Louisiana.
Definitely. I feel like it's inspiring too, because you're dancing with these new dancers who have all these different styles and all these different tricks, and you're essentially picking up these hacks and everything like that. So
For sure. Everybody definitely had a different style coming into the dance.
Yeah.
And it was like, we were all kind of concerned how it was going to like work. Nobody knew each other when we first learned the dance, and it was like, whoa, we don't know what we look like. But it turned out to be really great the whole year with the opening and closing.
Do you think that the Protege program gave you, after you got to know everybody and you felt comfortable, do you feel like it gave you confidence?
Yeah, for sure. I think that definitely getting to know more people outside of Louisiana helps, because I've heard of like all of them. Like I always knew who all these people were. I just never like met them. Like I've seen them on social media and stuff. And so getting to know them and becoming friends with them kind of like helped me get out of my little shell.
I felt it helped her be more of a leader in our studio, because when she was up there assisting a convention full of kids that she didn't know, or assisting a teacher she met for the first time at the convention when we would show up on a Sunday morning, and she had never met the other convention teachers. And then she had to be a leader, she had to work music, she had to stand up and set an example, and it helped her be a leader at our studio more. And then taking that back to our girls, her team, she was definitely more aggressive with that. And then I think after seeing who she was standing next to, and I think this is what she wanted to say, is standing next to who she was next to on stage, the caliber of talent.
Yes.
When she got up there and did her solo for the first time, and she just was more confident. She's always been confident.
yes.
But you're right, she's grown. She's grown with her confidence, just because who you surround yourself with is inspiring.
Exactly.
Even
Yeah.
me as an
Every
adult.
single one of them are just amazing.
You guys are also a Hope studio.
Yes, we are.
Tony has been traveling everywhere, it seems,
has.
in the
Literally.
South, doing these DAC workshops, which is incredible. Like, that dedication is so appreciative. And you guys are actually doing a check presentation at Pigeon Forge next week, which is so exciting. So tell me a little bit about how you guys go about prepping your guys' events, whether it's a workshop or whether it's just another sort of fundraiser. How do you guys go about getting your studio more involved?
So we've been a Hope Studio for a while. I guess about 6 years. We've donated, here and there. But the last couple of years, we've tried to do a convention-style workshop where we bring in teachers. Of course, the teachers do it free of charge. They're donating their time. The dancers pay a fee to take classes all day. We've done it we've rented gymnasiums, we've rented churches, we've had it in our studio, our building. It just depends on the size. We try to get local studios involved if they want to get it, or even within an hour of us. And we do like a mini convention. We do like part of the day is this age, part of the this day, the day is this age. And then we raise money that way. But then besides that, we sell the merchandise. So this is one of the shirts.
Yes, that's our new merch. So
Yes,
make
really
sure you
cute.
guys go
It
and
has
grab
the
that.
the little thing on the back, which is
Yes.
cute. But we've been selling the shirts for DAC for a few years. They ship them to us. We sell them at our recitals. We also go to local studios that are our competitors in our area, and we don't care. We just ask, can we set up and sell this at your recital? And they say sure. And so we sell merchandise for DAC, and then we do the big workshop for our studio. But besides that, Tony does do some small pop-up workshops at studios within like 2 or 3 hours away from us that can't come to the big one.
Yeah.
They might want to just have their own. So he did about 4 or 5 of those pop-up ones, and then we had our big one. And then we do stuff at the recital whether we raffle off the front row to the recital, and those tickets go to that. We did a mom and dad's hip hop class, and the tickets.
Yeah, so many ideas.
So class was on Friday night. Mom and dad party night out, whatever. Just come and have fun, and even if it was $100, well, it was $100.
Definitely.
That's cool.
So we try to think of different things. We have some local friends that have businesses that just donate every year. There's a restaurant in our area that we did DAC night. So basically, you go and eat. You're gonna go eat anyway and have a drink or two. And then he just donated like 10% of whatever he made that night to the DAC. So that was something small, but it still added to the total.
Definitely.
So yes, we're excited to see our grand total next week. in
Yes.
Pigeon Forge.
Yes, we will definitely be posting
Yes.
a thank you. We're so excited.
Definitely.
And okay, so now we're going to jump into the Dancers Against Cancer update. As you guys know, September is actually Childhood Cancer Awareness Month. So if you guys want to help support DAC, make sure you're wearing gold all September in your studios, at school, wherever you are. Post it and tag us, and we will repost to show your support for Childhood Cancer Awareness Month. We've had a ton of Hope Studios doing fundraisers, so I just wanted to say a quick thank you to Tina's Dance Studio, Triple Threat Performing Arts, On Moving Dance Company, Fusion Dance Salon at Beach, Extravagance and Tumble, and then we actually have QT Bear Foundation headed by Olivia, who is donating a bunch of these cute little teddy bears in tutus that we are going to be handing out. I'm so excited. Yeah, really, really cute. So there's many ways for you guys to get involved and just help spreading awareness for childhood cancer. Obviously, this month is September, but moving into October, we have our Industry Dance Awards on October 12th that everyone can tune into via live stream. So just help us spread awareness, and we appreciate your support.
We asked on our playback Instagram if you guys had any questions that you might have or anything that you wanted us to cover during this episode. And we've gotten this message quite a lot about talking about our exciting new levels. So similar to Rainbow National Dance Competition, now we only have 3 levels of competition. Technically 5. If you really count it. We have a new inspirational level. It's similar to our Limitless Stars level with Rainbow. So this level is designed to celebrate and recognize dancers that have exceptional mental and or physical disabilities or special needs. So we love that. We love being able to host all different types of dancers, whether their age limits or whether they're special needs. We love to appreciate and celebrate those dancers. We have the inspirational level. We have our novice level still. Primary, intermediate, and elite. So you might have noticed that secondary is no longer there. We do not have a secondary level of competition anymore. It is just novice, primary, intermediate, and elite. New for the primary level, there's now a limit on the number of pirouettes, turn sequences, and tumbling skills a primary performance is permitted. Failure to comply will result in point deductions or level promotion. Your dance teachers will be able to see all of the leveling needs on their studio center. So if you have any questions, you can go ahead and ask them about that. A primary dancer now can only register one solo performance. An intermediate dancer may only register a maximum of 3 solo performances. And now we've added new ages to our levels. Get excited. So a primary dancer can be 5 and under, 6 to 8, 9 to 11, 12 to 14, and 15 to 19. An intermediate dancer can now be 5 and under, 6 to 8, 9 to 11, 12 to 14, and 15 to 19. And new for our elite level, it used to start out at more of a 12 to 14 range, but now you can compete in the elite level at ages 6 to 8, 9 to 11, 12 to 14, and 15 to 19. Get excited. Because we get that question a lot as CCS team members upstairs. Like, I have a dancer who is definitely elite, and she's 8 years old.
Those littles are good, man.
That's the thing. I feel like every year they're getting better and better, younger and younger.
Yes.
So we have to adjust as well. And, you know, we do see Dance Teacher Network. We do hear the feedback from everyone after competitions. So I think it's important just, you know, to continue evolving and growing, and definitely want to give all those dancers the opportunity to win, especially if they're putting in the hours to, you know, earn it.
It's important.
Oh, yeah.
If you're an elite dancer at 8 years old, you deserve to be in that elite level of competition. We shouldn't sell you short because...
And then it's not kind of fair to the intermediates that you're at a higher level, but you're being forced to compete with them, and then it's not giving them a fair chance, you know?
Exactly.
So,
Yeah.
More opportunity.
heck yeah.
I gotta go.
Okay, we thought we would bring in a fun little segment of talking about some new dance trends we think we're going to see in the upcoming season. Yeah, okay, I'm going to kick it off. So, we've seen it a little bit, but in fashion as well, I think this whole flared pants thing is going to be even more, like, just wide this year. I think even like
It's gonna be very wide.
not the pants, but like the you know,
The
everyone wearing it. Yeah. I think we're gonna see it in costumes, even in like kids walking around the lobby. I think you're gonna see it a lot, and in every type of pants too. Not just like the yoga pants, but like the cargo pants, the parachute pants, like. Every type of kind of trendy urban pant, I think is going to make it more on stage, and even in their costumes. Like, I think maybe, I don't know if I'm reaching, but the little like briefs, I don't know. I feel like they kind of might be going out.
Shorts?
And I think it's maybe going to be like a bra top, like a cute one with like maybe some high-waisted, like kind of longer wide leg pants.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know.
I can see it.
Feeling it.
Yeah.
With like a sock.
I was gonna say that. I think the little turners, I think they're kind of going.
They're
you
on
know,
their way out.
They're on their way out. And that's like when I danced at like a studio. Like we didn't wear turners. We had like flesh-colored socks. You know, you'd wear like the ones that matched like kind of your skin tone, so it kind of like continued your line too, which I think looks great. And then you have like all your contemporary movements where you're like sliding. You know, you have all that like
I also
movement.
feel like there's more brands that are dedicated socks for dancers. Like I feel like when I was dancing, that wasn't necessarily a thing yet. So you would just go to Target, Nike, wherever, and it's not like those give you that much support. And so I feel like it's important.
Black ones.
Right, exactly. And so I feel like it's important as dancers, like even if you are dancing in socks, if you can get those good socks that are gonna support
your arch kinda,
and
yeah.
so you know, just your body is your instrument, so take care of it.
Yes. And then I also think style-wise, I think we touched on it when we talked about all the IDA's dances, but I think that fusion style, we kind of talked about it already with that contemporary hip-hop style. I think even like a jazz hip-hop, I think it's all going to come just so much more into fruition, where it's way more combined and you're kind of seeing elements of everything rather than just like strictly contemporary or strictly jazz. I think you're going to see a lot of that intermixing of styles, and also pulling from breaking a lot. I don't know if you guys have seen it that much.
Yes.
I even see it on Instagram a lot. Like floor work with breaking is crazy. Now people are doing like windmills, freezes, Valdez. They're putting so much into contemporary, but it all stems from breaking.
Yeah.
Like I'll literally show my boyfriend like a video. I'm like, look at this floor work. It's so cool. And he's a breakdancer and he's like, it's literally all breaking.
Yeah.
I'm like, but it's like contemporary breaking, you know?
Yeah.
Like I think we're seeing that a lot, especially in the solos. 540s are like becoming ginormous. Like I've seen everyone try and do 540s now.
Yeah.
So it's basically like a big jump where the leg you start on is the leg you end on.
Yes.
So you're doing like a giant turn around yourself. And like I feel like all the elite kids, that's like the trick they want to get
They're
this
like,
year. At my
"Let's
studio,
do it."
they're all like, let's practice our 540s.
Yeah.
Like that, and that's a breaking move. It comes from tricking. So
Yeah.
I think we're just seeing all of that influence hit so hard. I think hip hop in general too is becoming bigger. I think this season, I kept saying it, I was like, this is the most hip hop I've seen on the stage. And everyone was like,
Yes.
what are you talking about? I'm like, no, literally, like I've never seen this much hip hop on the stage and winning. Like hip hop was doing really good this season. So I think that's just gonna keep coming into fruition.
Yeah.
Styles are gonna keep mixing more of
It's
that
like what
breaking.
Farina was saying, like with her TikTok trends, like,
Wait, shh. I'm getting into that.
oh, sorry. Whoa.
I'm getting into that. I'm getting into that.
Please hold. She's yelling at me.
Yeah, I was gonna say that.
Okay, I'm sorry. Continue.
Yeah,
I didn't know where you were going.
Follow the outline.
Whoa.
I'm just kidding. Go ahead. We can bounce back and forth. I was gonna say that.
Oh, I
one
was
of my
just saying
one of my
what
things
Farina
was
was
TikTok
saying.
trends in routines. Like I feel like I saw it a little bit with the lottery. Like every once in a while, you'd see like a little moment,
bounce.
but I feel
Yeah.
like now it's like getting way more. Like even just at finals, I noticed. 'cause
Yeah.
sometimes you'll see at finals, like especially if you saw a routine before. Sometimes they tweak it before finals,
Oh,
and
yeah.
they'll add in a different song
Absolutely.
that came out since then or whatever. And I feel like I noticed that a couple times, is obviously in hip hop routines or even like productions. I noticed every once in a while there would be like a sound bite that I'm like, oh, that's from TikTok. So I feel like that's going to become
Yeah.
very prevalent within the next year. And like you were saying, Farina was saying, it's very much blending those two worlds right now, whether it's like through in the industry or competition. I feel like the TikTok influence is clearly here to stay.
It is.
Absolutely.
So I feel like you're going to be seeing a lot of more like either using the sounds from TikTok or the dances that everyone knows, like seeing
Yeah.
it pop up in the middle of a choreography.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
I think that's even true in the dance industry too. It's kind of affecting the way choreography is. Like I'll be in class sometimes and then they'll do a groove. It also, I think, reflects the fact that like TikTok grooves, people know them as TikTok grooves, but they're dance
They're
grooves.
actually dance.
So people
Yeah.
are like, oh yeah, it's a TikTok groove. But it's like, no, it's been a dance
Nah.
groove forever. So I
Yeah.
think that's why it goes hand in hand too.
Yeah.
It just kind of repopulates them. So then you start seeing them more, which is tight because you're seeing these old fashioned dance grooves and brought back, and all the kids are like excited about them. So yeah, I think it plays hand in hand for sure.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Do you have another one? Because I have another one.
those are all of mine.
Oh, okay. So another one, kind of going a little bit what you were saying before about that hip hop costume, how it was just very like not glitz and glam. I think that we're going to be moving more into our senior, more competitive dancers being more basic when it comes to our costumes. And I feel like we saw a lot of that once contemporary started to kind of come up, because it was very much like stripping everything down. You're wearing more dark neutral colors and you're not really putting any rhinestones on your costumes. And I feel like babies, we always glitz them up. So like no matter if it's lyrical, tap, jazz, hip hop, they're going to have rhinestones,
yeah.
bows, everything. And so I feel like it's becoming more and more of a thing, and it's kind of bleeding into the other genres. So I feel like before it was just contemporary and you'd still rep all the rhinestones and everything on every other, but I feel like hip hop, it's becoming a little bit more just streetwear and less of a
Right.
costume.
Yeah.
And then same thing for like tap. I feel like obviously you have like the Broadway clean tap that's always going to be more like rhinestoney, but I think more of like that broken down soundboard tap feel is going to have less glitz and glam as well.
That's a good point. I've seen so many people in their tap costume and they're in like ripped jeans and like a cute crop top.
Exactly.
And like it's like
Yeah.
streetwear
Yeah.
and they're just like going on stage. I'm
And I
like,
feel
oh, it's so cute.
And I feel like
Yeah.
it's almost like a take me more seriously in a way. Like I feel like it's like, don't focus on my costume, focus on what I'm doing.
Yeah.
Even though like some would argue that a flashier costume makes them pay more attention. So I think it's kind of just depends. But on the flip side of that, I think kind of like you were saying, we're going to be seeing more of that like heels whacking style, I think. Because I feel like even the ages are getting more comfortable, younger and younger, putting on a pair of heels to do a jazz routine. And so I feel like that's just going to become more and more evident because it's becoming very stylized on TikTok, especially music videos, especially the ones that are those iconic.
Like Temecula Dance Company, they always do like a nice heel in all of their jazz routines.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah. And I feel like it's becoming less of like it's Broadway-esque and more of like, this is more
Industry
like
kinda.
even like drag influenced, I would say 1000%, more of like that RuPaul, like Todrick Hall, like that upbeat jazz.
Yes.
I feel like
Absolutely.
that's what we're going to see more of, but mainly the whacking. I feel like that more like sassy, swaggy, like attitude.
Swaggy.
I hate that
like
I just
swag.
said. Wait, no. It's not
giving
swaggy.
Bieber
And
vibes.
it's slay.
Okay, slay. Come on.
It's slay.
That's the word with the kids. It is.
Well, that's why I
slay
know
still
that.
a thing?
No,
Oh
no,
my
no,
God,
no,
it
no.
came back.
It's the
It's
same.
back?
Okay, you know how like when
Slay
we're
is
gonna
back.
sound
Came
really
back.
embarrassing, but you know how we used to be like swag, like
I-
almost
It's
as
the
a
same
joke?
way.
It's
No,
the same
yes.
thing.
The
You said
little
slay.
girls at my
Slay.
studio will be like, "That's a slay." I'm like, "Oh, okay."
And we'd be like,
Sorry,
swag.
sis. Okay.
Yeah.
Slay.
Yeah.
I feel like it's the equivalent.
So Slay is back.
Yeah.
Slay.
She's back.
Okay. The more you know. I didn't know.
You're welcome.
We love you, Julie. You keep us so young.
I gotta go.
Oh god. Okay.
All right, let's get into the Q&A.
Love that.
Okay.
Okay. Okay, so there's one on Instagram from dancingriley_13. She wants to know what stands out most in a solo to win title.
Ooh.
Well, first, I have to preface this. I'm not a judge.
Disclaimer, we are not judges.
We are not judges. Shoot. I feel like we talked about Lauren Martin in
That's what I was gonna say.
previous finals episode. I think just being that full package, that full complete package of showing that you love everything that you're doing on your face and make the dancing look like it's easy.
Yeah.
Yep.
I think when parents come up to me and they're like, "What's the difference? Like, why should I do it?" I always tell them the score sheet's different. So it's not the
different.
same thing. So like in normal competition, the biggest portion of your score is your technique. And then once you move into title, the biggest portion of your score is your performance. So the same dance could not necessarily win both. They might win both.
Yeah.
But they might not necessarily win both because the scores are weighted differently now.
Like how we talked about Maddie and Annie. Like Annie
yes.
won during the normal portion
Exactly.
of competition and Maddie won title.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
So sometimes you're like, well, how can Annie beat Maddie one night but not the other night, but it's the exact same dance? Well,
Different
score
score
sheets
sheet.
are different, and you're going to perform it different every single time.
Right.
So that's why might as well kind of give yourself more of an opportunity
Yeah.
to get a win by entering into title.
Well, then for nationals, it's even kind of better opportunity because the judges change.
yeah.
So they
it's
haven't
not the same.
necessarily seen those dances too. So then
Exactly.
it's a new pair of fresh eyes, new judgment, new score sheet. It's kind of everything.
Yeah.
So
And it's dedicated to one night. So at regionals, when you're competing for title, they're judging you on your regular score. So your like adjudicated score, whether that be an elite top first or a double platinum, depending on which event you're going to. And then at title, well, then you have your title score sheet. And then at finals, it's just a whole separate
it's
night.
a whole nother,
Yeah.
you reperform. It's a
Yeah.
whole nother night. Yeah.
So it's not two score sheets,
Yeah.
if that helps.
It's extra special at finals for sure, but even just at regionals, you're essentially just getting judged a little bit differently. And that's why we're saying almost having that like X factor where you can't really describe it. It's just, you know, a dancer has it when they step on stage. And I don't know how to describe it. It's, it's their posture. It's their confidence in their face. It's knowing that they're doing what they love on stage. And like, you can tell in that moment that they're having a moment in their head of all my work is paying off right now as I'm doing this turn section.
Giving
And it's-
everything,
And it's just
yeah.
it's just that moment. And that's how you get that score.
Yeah, usually the judges are watching you from that moment that you walk on stage, similar to an LA based audition or a New York based audition. The moment that you're walking in the room, they're already looking at you.
Yep.
So just keep that in mind.
Yep.
Absolutely.
Actually, I heard a really good piece of advice where I feel like before you go on your stage, you should study your floor. So you should look, and we've talked about it before, but just a reminder, study your floor. Where do you want to start? On that back Marley, on that second Marley? Where do you want your dance to end? Like, plan out, but before that dance goes on in front of you, while they're dancing, figure out, are they running into the curtain? Oh, they seem to be like really veering towards the right. I need to make sure that I start wayside left. So it's just like little things like that.
Yeah.
Like, be a smart dancer. That's
dancer.
only going to help you, because you can be the most incredible dancer ever, but sometimes you just get on a stage, maybe it's a little bit smaller than what you're used to, and it throws off a leap or something, and then you get inside your head. So really just like better prepare yourself.
That's such a good term, a smart dancer.
Smart.
My teachers growing up always used to say that.
Yes. Yeah.
And I say it to my kids and they just look at me like,
Yeah.
I don't know what you're talking about. But it's like 90% of it is just
Be aware.
thinking. Yeah, being aware, being present.
Amen.
So good. Okay, there's one more question on Instagram from Malls_EB. She says, what's the most popular comp song? What do we think? I know. It's a hard one.
Of all time, or this, like, from this season?
She didn't specify. So just what do you think you hear the most? Give it to us.
Celine Dion or Whitney Houston.
Okay.
Ooh, Ashes from Celine Dion. Is that what it's called?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I would say hers, that is the most popular Celine Dion song.
At comp right
Yes,
now.
Yes. Yeah, I would say that one.
Okay. What about a jazz song? What do you think?
Let's Get Glam, which I'm over it. I'm over it.
I thought we were gonna say something like Meghan Trainor or something.
That one, I feel like that one.
Oh, yeah, I haven't really heard
popular.
that one.
She's like, never heard it.
I haven't heard Meghan Trainor though in a
Really?
while.
I get that. Okay.
I can't think of a jazz song.
You know what I'm excited for?
What?
I'm putting this out there right now. I know
Okay,
it's only
right now.
September, but we're
People
moving.
are starting their choreo right
I'm
now.
about to say we're moving into fall. I would like to put out a PSA. Hocus Pocus comes out, the second movie, and you know that it's going to be such a good
That's not
soundtrack.
what I thought you were gonna say.
It's going to be such a good soundtrack. So somebody please do like a Hocus Pocus performance, production,
Yo.
musical theater number with the new music, please.
What studio was it that did the Hocus Pocus production?
Oh,
in South Carolina.
Yes,
Spartanburg.
upstate.
Was it upstate
It was
Carolina?
upstate. The girl with the red hair. I know
Yes,
exactly who you're talking
and
about.
the girl
Yeah.
with the really,
Yes.
really blonde hair.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
Upstate.
They did a fabulous job.
You know what I thought you were gonna say?
I'm gonna post that on playback for Halloween.
Please.
I'm gonna do it.
I thought you were gonna say new Beyonce. Like excited for like all the like break my soul dances
there's
because you
gonna
know
be-
that's gonna happen.
I mean,
that's
that
gonna
too,
happen.
That too, but just this
Oh
is
my
like
gosh.
a once in a lifetime opportunity, and you want to be the person who does it first. Guys, do it first,
Do it first.
please. I'll choreograph
If
the
you
whole
ain't
thing if you need me to.
Just like Nate's gonna choreograph. He still
Exactly.
hasn't told me about his Vegas
He's
production.
gonna do Vegas. I'm gonna do Hocus Pocus.
He said, I'm gonna tell you right after this. It's been like a month.
It's a good one.
He still hasn't
He's told me. Your Vegas production?
You have not. You said you were gonna tell me after we filmed the finals episode, and then you never did. Well, I can't wait to hear about it. Maybe I can help build a prop or something.
Oh, okay.
I don't know.
Oh man. All right. Any other questions?
That's all I got. Any questions you guys got?
Comment down below if you guys have any guests that you think we should interview. We've already got some good ones lined up. I think you guys are going to be pleasantly surprised.
Yes.
You're probably going to freak out.
Oh,
I'm gonna freak out. It's okay.
freaking out a little
It's
bit.
fine.
Only a little, just a tad. Yes, definitely let us know. We have convention coming up, so if
Yes.
you guys are headed to convention, let us know. We'll all be in Anaheim, and then obviously kind of popping off into different cities. So we will see you guys on the road for sure. But
It's lit.
oh. I thought you wanted to add something. You were looking at me like it's lit. All right. Well, thank you guys for listening. As always, follow us at Playback Podcast and all of the things. We will see you guys on the road. Bye.